Good afternoon, Bulls fans. This is John McWhinney from UBBullRun.com. I'm here live from UB Stadium where the Bulls men's soccer team just finished up their first exhibition match with the Albany Great Danes. So I'll kind of go through a quick recap and a few things that we learned from the exhibition. Really, really strong. Russell Cicerone looked in mid-season form, and he buried a real early goal. It was off a beautiful pass. Daniel Cremorasa and Braden Scales were both in the area and helped out with the goal. It was a type of offense that we've really kind of come to expect from UB over the past few years, especially with Cicerone taking the helm and really being the offensive force for UB. Then a few minutes later, Braden Scales put the Bulls up 2-0, and it really looked like UB was just completely smothering Albany on both ends. Joe Kuda didn't really have to kind of do much work until kind of late in the first half, and he only saw, from what I could tell, it only looked like he really had to really work to save only a couple of balls in the first half, really yet. The second half, so a little bit shaky here. Kudos with two goal draw. Offense didn't really have a lot of opportunities, and in the second half, there were a lot of guys that were mainly substituted that we kind of saw come in as the minutes wore on. So we didn't really have full starting lineup in for the full 90 minutes. So a few things that I kind of wanted to touch on, kind of as a follow-up from what Matt and I had spoke about in our Olympic preview show. One of the names I had mentioned specifically was Rickard Lindqvist from Sweden, who's come as a true freshman. I mentioned him as a name to watch out for, as someone to maybe spell Steven Stryker as a substitute in the midfield. And actually, he started the match and played a few minutes. He had a few shots on goal, had a few really, really nice passes. He's going to be a very exciting guy to watch. He eventually subbed out for Steven Stryker, I believe late in the first half, early in the second half, one of the two. Oops. Oh, there we go. I apologize for that. I think my connection was just lost. So where I just was, Rickard Lindqvist subbed out for Steven Stryker late first, early second half. He is definitely, just from this one exhibition, he's definitely kind of reinforces what I said earlier about him being a name to watch. Another thing was Daniel Cremorasa and Russell Cicerone. Matt and I kind of hammered this home that those two are going to be absolutely integral to the Buffalo offense, and really it showed once Cremorasa and Cicerone were both off the field that the offense didn't really have the punch that it did while both of them were on the field. And we saw a few other true freshmen out there. Another name that started that Matt and I had talked about was Tommy Fogarty Cameron. He's a transfer in. He started in the midfield. He's a transfer in from Lubbock Christian University. He's another name that I think you should keep an eye on. That he did well while he was on the field in much of the first half. Really, when UB was completely smothering Albany. The remainder of the starting lineup was basically the same as what we had anticipated. Really, the thing that brought Albany back into the match was the swap out of Joe Kuda for Cam Hogg. not to really downplay Hog, but there was a very big difference between the two, and it just seemed like there was a bit more energy in the first half than there was the second half before the starters came out. Actually, another little fun thing to note: the UB football team was actually here at the game for about the first 25 minutes or so, and they were making quite a bit of noise, and it was really nice to see them out. So if any of the UB football guys are watching, definitely come out to more soccer games. All the noise, it seemed like the team was really feeding off of that towards the beginning of the match. I think that's just about it. I'm sure Matt will probably have some more fleshed out thoughts on the tie. But just from what I saw, it was a solid first half gives me a lot of hope, with especially how UB just completely smothered Albany. Albany didn't really have many offensive chances. The UB defense was really good. Joe Kuda in between the pipes. I could hear him for most of the first half when he was out there. He was barking orders, telling guys what to do, where to go, where the ball was, and so on and so forth. So it was really nice to see. The second half was a bit shakier, but again, there were subs that came in. Kuda was swapped out for Cam Hogg, and it's only the first exhibition of the year, so there's still a lot of soccer left to be played. And I think that's about it for me here from UB Stadium. Again, I'm John McQuinney from UBBullRun.com. We cover every game of every sport. This was a kind of a quick recap of the UB men's soccer team's first exhibition match of the season.